You're listening to the Limitless Broadcasting Network.
All it takes is faith and trust. Oh, and something I forgot. Dust. Just a little bit of pixie dust.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Pixie Dust Twins podcast. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sammi.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Shall we begin?
It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, motivational show.
Welcome, Pixie Dusters. We're your favorite hosts. I'm Sammi.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome to the Pixie Dust Twins podcast featuring Dan and produced by Limitless Broadcasting. I mean, what are we talking about today?
So today, we're talking about upcoming Marvel projects. Yay! Which some of them have dates, some of them do not. Things are always subject to change in the Marvel world, so keep this in mind. So sorry. And I'm sure I missed some stuff, but this was enough effort for me. So this is where we
much anyway.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I did listen to a podcast today, and I probably should have saved the name of it, but oh well. So I listened to a podcast today that was talking about an interview that Kevin Feige did recently, where he actually said they're going to slow down on content. So we shall see.
Good.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Give us time to process.
Exactly. That is the plan going forward. They're going to slow down with
Excellent
releasing
call.
things.
Dear Lord, they need to slow down.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So we'll see how it goes. But this is what's been announced so far. So
Okay.
we're going to start with films. First one on this list, as Ashley was alluding to last week, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, technically, physically, right now is in theaters. It came out February 17th, 2023. We're not talking about it now because, number one, that would have required us all to go physically to the movie theater and watch this movie.
I don't have time for that.
Which, number one, I'm not going to make people go pay to go see stuff that'll eventually be on Disney Plus that you already have a subscription for. You know?
I wouldn't mind though. I have not been to a theater in like a couple of years.
Oh
There's
my gosh,
a couple
I go constantly.
going to this month.
Yeah, I always go to the movies. I just went to the movies 2 days ago. So yeah.
What'd you go see?
I saw Scream and the premiere, Scream 6. So yeah.
There's a new one out? See, I'm
Yes,
so behind
it's
on that.
very good. It's very good. I highly recommend it.
I almost went and saw Avatar the other day, but I was like, nah, it's kind of long. But
It's so long. I don't like super long, like in the theater movies.
yeah.
That's a little bit much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But Ashley's
so
going to
this-
see John Wick.
I have to, yeah. So John Wick 4 this month. I want to see the Dungeons and Dragons movie that's coming up on the 31st of this month with
Oh
Chris
yeah.
Pine.
Curious about that.
I'm curious
too, a
about
little
it.
bit,
See what
yeah.
it's like,
One of these days, I'm actually going to get into that game too.
because I loved.
Seems like a lot, but yeah.
Did I love it or did I just like it? I just remember enjoying the original Dungeons and Dragons movie from like the 80s.
Okay.
Was it the 90s? I don't know. I watched it at some point and I loved it. I love those type of movies. I love the fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm such
Stuff
a
like that.
poser. I was converted because of Stranger Things. So
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
my most
I've
knowledge.
I've
about
always
Dungeons
loved
and
all that
Dragons.
stuff.
yeah.
And then I think Super Mario comes out this month, or is it next
Yeah.
month?
I think so because
I don't care
AMC
when it comes out, I'm seeing
advertised
that.
it. So yeah,
I think it's
Awesome.
this month.
I think that is coming out.
Brett was a little hesitant about it, but Alex and Josh from his podcast want to see it. I said, "Oh no, this is gonna be a double date. We're going." Like
I was yeah.
I want to see it. We're going.
I was hesitant
John
until I
Wick 4,
heard.
I'm doing this.
Yeah. I was hesitant until I heard Jack Black actually do Bowser. And then I was like, you got it.
Mhm.
You got it.
Okay.
Because I was afraid it was going to be like Tenacious D, like kind of goofy Jack Black being tough. But it's like, no, he got every voice that I've ever heard in my head playing the game as a kid. He
Mhm.
absolutely encompassed.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm super. So those 3 movies are coming out, and I'm
Mhm.
super excited. Super excited for all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not super excited for John Wick 4. I was told that there's a lot of, so I'm not a fan of 30-minute plus action sequences. And this might be another reason why I'm getting annoyed with Marvel. I just don't like it. I want just story. I want more story. And apparently, according to a lot of the reviews of John Wick 4, there are a lot of very, very long sequences of John just killing people in the ways he kills people. And I'm just like, I've recently seen all three of these movies. I'm like, what other ways can he kill people? He's already done everything.
Obviously not. There's a fourth one.
The fourth one, there needs to be a fourth one because of how they ended the third one. The third one ended in a cliffhanger.
Yes.
But I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done watching people get killed.
Is the third one that had Lawrence Fishburne in it? Or is it the second one? Okay.
That's the third one, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them. I've just seen kind of bits and pieces. So.
Is he in the second one too?
I haven't seen it in a while. I
gotta
rewatch them.
Definitely in the third one
soon. Yeah. I need to rewatch.
Yeah, he's definitely in the third one, and Lawrence found him at the end, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
And it's revealed that they're all part of this like giant factional gang wars of just assassins.
Well, isn't that known the whole time?
Again, I have no idea. Like, I really haven't sat down and watched it.
You kind of know it through the very first movie.
That's his thing. Yeah.
No, that's cool. I mean, I know that's what he did. I just didn't know if it was like an assassin gang war kind of thing.
Because now they're all going after John Wick.
There's literally like $1 billion price tag on his head at this moment. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
I love that mix of like silly and fun and serious at the same time. Like, it's a really good combination.
There's not much.
I don't know if silliness is the right word, but it's like
silly's not really the right word.
It does have some like
not
dark
silly
humor.
Necessarily. Yeah, dark humor is
dark.
The way to
Okay, dark humor makes sense, but in my head, dark humor.
Like, it's not so gritty and serious to where it's like, you're in a somber mood afterwards. It's like popcorn fun. That's like just the right amount of campiness to make it fun without it being corny.
I can agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't remember when that comes out this month, but
it comes out the 24th because I will be seeing that the night it comes out too.
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to be at the theater a lot this month for the first time ever. I haven't been in the theater since Top Gun Maverick.
Wow.
That was last June. That's almost a year ago.
I was like, wasn't that the summer? Yeah.
That was literally, and I know the exact date because it was our first date.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yeah. June 25th.
Cute.
Holly's birthday, oddly enough, Dan.
Wow. So a lot of things just kind of working together.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Great.
Yeah. Great. Oh, yeah, because technically we matched on my brother's birthday.
Right.
So we matched on my brother's birthday, and then our first date was Holly's birthday.
There's some zodiac thing in there somewhere, I'm sure.
I'm sure if you look at the stars. Yeah.
Oh, the stars aligned.
Yeah, I don't know that much about that.
Where was Venus at that point? Who knows?
Exactly. You got to look at Venus and Saturn, and I don't know what else do you track. I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. So, what first film already came out?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so Ant-Man is out. But yeah, so number one, I felt like it would be a lot to get us to go see it. I have not even seen it yet in theaters. So there you go. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see if we make it or if we just end up streaming it. I don't know what's going to happen.
I've been told it wasn't that great, but this is also from some people who are very critical about movies. So who knows?
Well, I mean, it's a sillier movie is what I've heard, but it's Ant-Man. So
I was going to say that's
I would expect it.
It's Paul Rudd. If it's not silly, I would have been shocked.
Yeah, exactly. So I think its main purpose is to kind of bring in Kang the Conqueror because he's going to be a big part going forward into the Marvel storyline. Gotcha. So that's probably his main purpose. But
gotcha.
Yeah. So I do have a brief synopsis. So in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, superhero partners Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne return to continue their adventures as Ant-Man and the Wasp. Together with Hope's parents, Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne and Scott's daughter, Cassie, the family finds themselves exploring the quantum realm, interacting with strange new creatures, and embarking on an adventure that will push them beyond the limits of what they thought was possible. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like I said, I think it's mostly to bring in Kang the Conqueror and then moving on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. With him. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got on that. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out May 5th of this year. This will be the final Guardians of the Galaxy movie supposedly. That's what they say. So we shall see, but that's what they're saying. So in volume 3, our beloved band of misfits are settling into life on Nowhere. That's spelled Knowhere for our listeners. But it isn't long before their lives are upended by the echoes of Rocket's turbulent past. Peter Quill, still reeling from the loss of Gamora, must rally his team around him on a dangerous mission to save Rocket's life. A mission that, if not completed successfully, could quite possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know them. So
cool.
There you go. Yeah.
Didn't we mention that last time? Like, that's gonna be Rocket's story. Like, that's really, he's gonna be like the main arc.
If we did, I wasn't paying attention.
I don't even
Somebody
remember what
said
all
that.
we've talked about.
I talked about that with somebody, and which I was really happy to hear because he's a great guy.
But now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So we should.
Because I like Rocket.
I love Rocket.
But
I didn't like the second movie as much. Like, it was good, but it wasn't my favorite storyline.
Honestly, I feel the same way. So many people were saying how it was like better than the first one.
I like
and
the
I'm
first
like,
one better. Yeah.
I agree. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again, Sammy?
I like the first one better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Because
Yeah.
Peter Quill, I still don't understand what Peter Quill is now with who his father was. Like, I still don't even understand who his father was.
Well, that one basically, I think it was like, because I think in the comics he was supposed to be like a celestial, like
What's a celestial?
like basically just like a higher being, like kind of like angels, but not quite. Like sort of like it's like that higher self, higher consciousness. I don't know exactly what, but basically higher beings. And Peter is like half of that.
Yeah.
Because the celestial, you know, was with his mom and gave birth to him, so he's like half whatever. But then in the movie, like Ego, the planet Ego was, or in the comics, Ego was just sort of a villain all of his own. But for the movie, they made him the father. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what they did. Ego's basically just
but don't need to try to help me. Just let me be.
Fair enough.
I feel like it's probably not super relevant to this movie based on what they were, the description. So it's fine. I think it's fine. Don't need to worry about
I'm just hopeless when it comes to that stuff, so we're good.
Yeah, but we shall see what happens to them at the end in May.
True.
The end.
That's what they're saying, that this is the last movie, but it's Marvel. It's Marvel, so you never know.
Maybe they'll like pull a Lion King and do a like Rocket and Groot movie. Maybe.
Oh, Ashley, you did ask at one point how Groot was going to be if he was going to be a teenager. All I know from the previews is he is very buff looking as a Groot. Okay. So I don't know what stage we're at with the Groot.
Well, I was seeing some, I don't know what I was seeing, but there was something on TikTok or Instagram or something, and he was acting like a teenager in it. So I didn't know if it was the holiday special or if it was the movie. Because someone like Rocket called him a teenager or something.
Was he skinny-ish? Because this one he looks like a muscular Groot.
Okay, I don't know. We'll find out when we watch it. Because that I will probably watch as well.
I don't know. It made me kind of laugh when I saw the trailer.
Well, maybe that's what we'll do when we're down there on our day off. Go watch Guardians.
It will be out. Yes.
It will be.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Next up, the Marvels. So this one.
I'm excited for this one.
All right. It was supposed to come out in July. No longer. So just recently, on February 17th, they announced that the film was pushed back from July 28th to November 10th, 2023. Yeah.
At least it wasn't a year.
No.
Most of the time they push it back a year.
I know. So at least it was just a little bit of time. And there's all sorts of rumors flying around on the internet about some drama behind the scenes. I don't know what the real story is for it getting moved. My assume is
behind the scenes of
Can you
Hollywood?
imagine?
No.
Can you imagine?
Literally never heard of that before. Never heard of that.
Right?
Ever.
Who would have thought?
Well, there was rumors about that with Wakanda. I'm surprised we didn't even touch on that.
Yeah, they did have rumors about that too.
There were a ton of rumors about the girl who played his sister Shuri. What's her name?
Letitia.
Letitia. There was tons of rumors that
there was going on about her.
She was difficult to work with and had issues and all the things, and that's why it didn't come out right away. I don't know if I believe them, but that was the rumor.
It was in the middle of COVID, people. Like, that's probably more the reason. And this is probably some post-production thing, because look at the time.
Yeah.
Seriously, what would on-site drama have to do with it now? They clearly filmed it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
People
Anyways,
just like making up junk.
I think they really do. But I do have a synopsis since it's coming out supposedly this year. So we've got Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. She has reclaimed her identity from the tyrannical Kree and taken revenge on the Supreme Intelligence. But unintended consequences see Carol shouldering the burden of a destabilized universe when her duties send her to an anomalous wormhole linked to a Kree revolutionary. Her powers become entangled with that of Jersey City superfan Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, and Carol's estranged niece, Captain Monica Rambeau. Together, this unlikely trio must team up and learn to work in concert to save the universe as the Marvels. So there you go. Yeah.
Sweet.
When did she lose her identity to the Kree?
I don't know. Was
What
it in the movie? I didn't even see the movie.
Wasn't in Endgame.
Was it in her movie? I don't know.
Her movie was before Endgame, and
Okay.
no.
Then I don't know.
I don't remember this happening.
Maybe it happens in the movie. I don't know. No, it says
Maybe.
she's reclaimed her
I'm trying to
identity.
think which movie have I not seen
reclaiming it,
yet.
so I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know that
It's
much
probably
about
one of the
Captain Marvel.
one of the one of the other side series that weren't as big. Maybe.
Gotcha.
I
that's
really
my
have
guess.
no
I have no
idea.
idea.
I have no idea. No clue.
I don't
It just
know.
doesn't.
Well, when we talk about the movie next year, maybe
Maybe
more
we'll know.
information.
We'll
And I'll
get
know what
to
we're
it at
talking
some
about.
point.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so next one, Ashley should definitely be enthused about.
I am super enthused, and I wasn't even going to watch this movie, but now I am.
So Captain America New World Order. It's supposed to come out next May 3rd, 2024.
Okay,
The
I see
film-
why you're excited.
Exactly. The film will explore the effects of becoming Captain America on Wilson. So the cast, we have Anthony Mackie returning as Sam Wilson, aka the new Captain America, Danny Ramirez as Joaquin Torres, aka Falcon, Tim Blake Nelson as Samuel Stearns, Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley, and Shira Haas as Ruth Bat Seraph. And the biggest news, Harrison Ford is President Thaddeus Ross. And I was like, well, this will make Ashley at least watch this one. So,
Yes, it will.
but not until 2024. So this one we will not be talking about, obviously, for like a hot minute, but wanted to include it because it's been announced. So yeah.
It's so exciting. Harrison Ford is joining Marvel.
Yeah.
Woo.
And I'm
Which I'm kind of shocked.
interested.
I'm going to be honest.
I am too.
I got the
honestly.
money. Harrison's like, okay, give me the money. All right.
Well, he killed himself off from the Star Wars universe, which we all know why. We've talked about it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's going to survive his Indiana Jones movie. When is that coming out?
June.
Oh, okay.
June.
I'm like, wait, did I miss it? No, I didn't.
Did I miss it? No, I'm pretty sure it's June.
So he's in the Star Wars. I mean, he'll always be a part of the Star Wars universe in everyone's head. He's Indiana Jones primarily in everyone's head, also.
Yes.
And now we're putting him in Marvel. Is he just going to take over the world at 80 something?
He's gonna manifest himself. He's
He'll
actually
become-
Thanos. He's a real world Thanos.
Oh, I was going to say he's going to become a celestial being.
I'm
but
torn.
I mean, I like the
I'm
Thanos
torn.
theory. I like it.
I love
Ashley's
Harrison,
like, he
but I
can
don't know
snap
if
me
I
out
like
of
it.
existence.
No, I don't want to be snapped out of existence.
Not even by Harrison Ford?
No, I want to be there while he rules.
Fair enough.
Okay. That's a valid point. Yeah. Right. I'm just excited
Do
because
you know anything about this movie?
nope, this is all I got. And I did not really care for the series that they released,
I haven't
the
watched
Winter
it.
Soldier thingy. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
Captain
not.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it just seemed slow to me, and I wasn't really into it. So I'm like,
haven't even
okay,
watched it.
we'll see how this movie goes. We got Harrison Ford, yeah, you know.
Well, the
and
movie
I
was
like
trying to bring
I like Anthony
Sam
Mackie,
as-
but
Yeah. It was a slower series, but I still enjoyed it. It was more fun seeing him interact with whatever Bucky's character is
Bucky,
now.
yeah,
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yeah.
So that series was to bring Mackie or Sam into Captain America, right? Because
Right.
someone else was trying to claim it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't my favorite.
I was still mourning Chris Evans's. I was still mourning Chris Evans as Captain America.
Very bitter about that.
So I past it. I've
But
come
back
to terms
then,
with it.
Back then,
But when this came out, I was not happy.
she was like, "Forget you. I don't care.
I'm done.
I don't care about you,
Well,
stupid new Captain America."
When you have literally Captain America was my favorite character when I watched Avengers. When I watched Avengers, I connected with Captain America and Black Widow the most, and Captain America and Hawkeye, not Black Widow, Hawkeye the most. And then when Captain America's taken from me, I'm like,
forget it.
I'm done. Forget it. It's okay. It's fine. I've come to peace. I can just watch the old movies.
That's true. Okay. So next one is Thunderbolts, which is slated for July 26th, 2024. So this one is going to be kind of like the Suicide Squad. It's sort of roundabout like that. Yeah, but a Marvel version of it. Yeah. It's like the same sort of idea. And from the comics, what I gathered was this also has a revolving door of people. So, but this movie, these are the people they have chosen to be as part of this team. So we have Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. He will be the de facto leader.
White Wolf.
We have White Wolf, Hannah John Kamen as Ava Starr, Ghost Wyatt Russell as John Walker, U.S. Agent Julia Louis-Dreyfus will return as Valentina Lager de Fontaine. Florence Pugh is back as Yelena Belova, which was part of Black Widow, and then David Harbour also returns as Alexei, the Red Guardian. So I'm very excited for that too. Yes, I can get on with that. And then Olga Kurilenko as Antonio Dreykov, Tackmaster, and they've all been in some sort of Marvel project in the past. Are you looking up Alexei?
I don't remember him
from Black Widow. David Harbour.
Oh, I never watched Black Widow. That's
you
why.
You watched Black Widow? Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I knew that you never watched. Oh my gosh, I love Black Widow and Yelena.
I told you I didn't watch Black Widow.
I thought you eventually did for some reason.
No, I didn't.
Well, you should watch it.
There was like that year or two that I just could not watch anything Marvel because I had a legitimate anxiety attack at the end of the Endgame. And just anything Marvel made me feel like I was going to have a panic attack. Because I had a PTSD on it.
Fair enough.
I slowly got back into watching stuff when I did like Hawkeye and WandaVision. That brought that made me realize, okay, I passed it. I can start watching Marvel stuff again. But yeah, I had like a legitimate horrible my brother had to help me out of the theater.
Wow.
Because it was right before I moved to Nebraska. It was the midst of the issues with my old boss and everything he was putting me through. I was trying to figure out life. It was hard to pay my bills. Like there was just a lot going on. And then I'm watching Endgame and we lose Widow, we lose Gamora, we lose all these people who I love. And I'm like bawling and it just, it exploded.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why me and Marvel kind of have an off and on relationship right now, because
that's a legit reason.
It is legitimate. Yes.
Yeah. But apparently I'm past it because I've been watching Marvel stuff and I'm fine. I just will never watch Endgame again. I just don't want to do it.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. But I would watch Black Widow. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Black Widow's
I'll put it on my list for all my extensive free time right now.
Yeah. Well, you have time. But just for the interactions between Black Widow, her sister, Alexei. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I really should have watched Black Widow before I watched Hawkeye because Yelena is in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And I probably would have understood her better.
It makes Hawkeye a lot more impact's after seeing Black Widow.
Yes. Yeah. Why she's coming from, makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Well, I understand why she's coming after him, but because they show scenes in Hawkeye of end of Black Widow when she comes back from the blip and all the things. But,
you get to see so much about her as a character and I just love it. So I'm excited to see her in something else.
Yeah. And I don't know who is Ghost or Ava Starr. I don't know who that is.
I mean, these have all been in previous projects and I have no freaking idea. So I don't know. If I forgot who some of these people are, because I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of characters in Marvel.
Ghost.
What have you been in? Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay. Haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. So that's why I don't know that one.
I don't even know if I've seen that one either, honestly. I don't think we ever watched it, so I probably should.
It was
So
okay.
I know
Or I
everyone
forgot
else-
about it. It's one of the
Bucky's Winter Soldier / White Wolf. Ava's the Ghost. I know John Walker. I know I know the Fontaine.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, who's this? Who's Taskmaster?
Taskmaster was the not the main bad guy, but one of the antagonists in Black Widow, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, he was.
Okay. Yep. I have time, but I'll watch it
Yeah.
eventually before I watch this one.
Yeah. If nothing else, just watch it for David Harbour. He's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, I love David Harbour and like everything he's in.
He's my
So
favorite.
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's next?
Blade, which again, we're out of information on some of this stuff. So Blade is supposed to come out on September 6th, 2024. They're going to start shooting very soon. So hopefully they will stay on time. And how do you say his name? Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Mahershala Ali. I'm sure I just butchered that. And I knew, see, I did so good about looking up how to say people's names and I forgot about him.
Hold on.
Bless you. Thank you. Anyway, he's Blade.
You.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've heard it said like a million times and it just out of my head.
It's loading. It's loading. My YouTube is loading.
As we wait.
What do you have, dial-up over there or something?
Apparently.
Obviously, she's living in the Stone Ages.
Oh, stupid ad.
And there's an ad in front. Oh God, nightmare.
Yep.
Listen, don't even. I do not need that PTSD.
Terrible.
Okay, got past the ad.
Mahershala. Thank you. Mahershala Ali is our
Mahershala
Blade.
Ali.
Eric Brooks. Yes. Okay. Perfect. That is the only cast. There are like other people listed, but they're all like undisclosed characters. So I'm not going to list people. I don't know what they're even doing. So he is Blade.
I wonder if they're doing their own story or if they're doing like a reboot, because there was 3 Blades in the
I believe
90s.
it's a new story because
It's gotta be.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing any sort of reboots on this. I think it's just a whole new story.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was introduced. Oh, what tag was he in? Which movie was it? Oh, geez, Louise. Anyway,
That's the one I saw.
it was like a year or two ago. I can't remember which movie he was in, one of the end credit things now, but that's all I got on Blade. I really have nothing for you. Really, essentially. And then we have
Hard to get away from Wesley Snipes. I mean, he did such a great job.
Eternals.
You know.
Oh, he was the Eternals. Okay.
Eternals.
There's a reason why I didn't remember it, because I didn't care for the Eternals and I forgot this is the tag at the end. So yeah,
Black Knight. Blade and Black Knight were shown in the post credits.
I know the other guy that he was talking to, I guess, that was in the Eternals movie. It's coming back to me now. I guess that's why you need to watch the Eternals at the end of it. I don't know.
I wasn't that interested in it, but okay.
It's not. I just didn't care for it. I'm sorry, Marvel people, but no. Okay. All right. So let's go on. Deadpool 3 is slated for November 8th, 2024. And Feige has said this will be their first R-rated film coming out of the MCU, which is good because, we've got some Deadpool, but not produced by our friends at the Disney Marvel. So
we finally have it.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good to see that they're treating Deadpool the way it needs to be treated. Like,
they're not going to change it up.
Don't PG-13 him.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good news.
Can Deadpool be even PG-13?
No. Yes, they can in Wolverine Origins, and it was terrible.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, he was in Wolverine Origins.
I never watched Wolverine Origins.
Don't. It's horrible.
Deadpool
I stopped
needs to
after
be...
the 3rd original X-Men movie.
It's Wolverine Origins and X3 are the equally, in my opinion, equally terrible. So.
Oh, I've seen the 3rd X-Men movie.
Yeah, I have too. It's whatever. Without Bryan Singer, it's really not that great.
So.
But yeah.
And the only cast I have is what was already announced, which was Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Well, that's the other thing I'm happy to see. I'm actually like the only other R-rated Wolverine we saw was Logan, which was perfect. So I'm happy we're getting another version of that as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm
Wolverine's
excited.
another character that it's easier to make him PG-13, but it's not as powerful. Like he's one of those characters that kind of needs to be an R-rated character.
So he shall get his redemption here. Yeah. So looking forward to that too.
I loved the video. Hey Hugh, do you wanna play Wolverine one
It
more
was
time?
so funny.
Sure, Ryan.
Yeah, sure.
Just
Yeah.
casually.
Yeah. Okay. Those two together. Oh my goodness.
And then the internet exploded.
Oh yeah.
Everyone lost their
they've
minds.
been probably talking about this for years. Like ever
Oh,
since
for
probably
sure.
Logan, probably before
yeah.
Logan.
Yes.
Yes.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all I got for movies. And then the rest of these are going to be TV shows that they've announced. So what if season 2? I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know.
No one knows.
They said early 2023, first quarter, whatever. And we are now in March. It's not been anything going on with it. I don't know what the heck is going on. I've seen now maybe later this year. Now I've seen maybe early next year. So I don't know. So we just got what if season 2 is coming at some point in time. No idea. That's all I got.
Yeah, because we're almost done with third quarter.
Yeah. So I didn't really look much more into it because I just got annoyed with the fact that it keeps just generally not being knocked down, at least like a time frame, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one is Secret Invasion. This is slated for the spring 2023 and it has not moved. I looked up most of this stuff like yesterday. So as far as the dates to try and make sure everything was still accurate. So they're saying spring 2023. This will be season 1. So Secret Invasion is a series that's going to be on Disney Plus that stars Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as Skrull Talos. Characters who first met in Captain Marvel. The crossover comic event series showcases a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years. So that's our plot on that. And so we said Samuel L. Jackson will be back as Nick Fury and Ben as Talos. And then we have Colby Smulders returning as Maria, Kingsley Ben Adair as Gravik, Olivia Colman as Sonia Falsworth. Don Cheadle will be in this one as James Rhodes. Very excited for that.
Nice.
Martin Freeman as Everett Ross, Killian Scott as Fitz, Rune Temte as Bron Char, and Emilia Clarke as Abigail Brandt. So they got a great cast for this one.
Cool.
I love Emilia Clarke. That's exciting.
Yeah, good cast. So I'm excited
I
to
like
see what
that-
they're doing with this.
I love how it's like a bunch of side characters that are actually like main characters now. You know, like Maria
putting them all
Hill,
together.
James Rhodes, Everett Ross. I mean, Nick Fury's always kind of been a main overseer, but
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Those are great characters.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great cast. So we shall see. And Loki season 2 is coming this year. Sometime.
Finally.
Maybe.
I'm waiting for that one.
I don't know. Not much
get
else
there
to go on
eventually.
with that.
I will be watching that.
Yes.
I loved season 1.
Yes.
So
So,
good.
I know we'll definitely, whenever it comes out, we will all be watching and enjoying Loki. But yeah, that's all I got. They didn't nail down the date. So yeah. Ironheart is supposed to come out in the fall, season 1 of 2023. So Ironheart is a new series that stars Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, a genius inventor who creates the most advanced suits of armor since Iron Man. So we met her, as we said, in Wakanda Forever. We talked about her last week. Yeah, so she's getting her own show, which is why she's introduced. So we shall see what they do with her. I'm curious. Very curious. Echo. This is supposed to come out again. I don't know. This year? Who knows? They say this year, season 1, 2023, but no dates, no time frame. Might be next year. Who knows? So this one, Maya Lopez is a deaf athlete and martial artist who's capable of perfectly copying another person's movements. She was introduced. I know she was definitely in Hawkeye. If you remember.
Yes, okay. I was like,
Yeah, she was.
I was like, I know this
Yes.
sounds familiar.
Yes, I had to double check. I'm like, I know you. And I was like, oh yeah, you were in Hawkeye. Yes.
Yeah.
So she lost her father due to Ronin's hunt for criminals, and she became the tracksuit mafia's commander and vows revenge on Ronin. So that's kind of where we're at. So we're going to catch up with her in New York City. She's going to face her past, reconnect with her Native American roots, and embrace the meaning of family and community if she ever hopes to move forward. So
Nice.
that's where we're at with her. Some key people in there besides her are Vincent D'Onofrio will return as Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin, and Charlie Cox will be appearing as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. In this
Always
series.
good to see him. Always good to see both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, I was like,
and
ooh,
Matt Murdock.
ooh, okay. I like that. So we shall see
Dang it.
where
So
we
if
go.
I want to watch Daredevil Born Again, I'm probably going to have to watch Echo, aren't I?
It's when they listed these on the Wikipedia, the fandom Wikipedia thing. Yes, it kind of was like a
Dang
spin-off
it.
from Echo. So yeah.
Because I was not a fan of her in Hawkeye, probably because she was trying to kill my Hawkeye.
Yeah, that might make you
fair
kind of salty
A
towards
little
her.
annoyed.
Yeah, I
Now
can
I
see
gotta
that.
watch it. Dang it.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if officially when it's coming out. So there you go. You might have some time to wallow before you have to watch it. And then Agatha, Coven of Chaos, winter 2023. Again,
Wasn't it supposed to be out already?
who knows? Who knows? We're going to go with winter because that's what they're saying, supposedly, for season 1. So it was originally Agatha House of Harkness, which Ashley, I think you brought up like first episode or something. We were talking about this, but now it's Agatha Coven of Chaos. We'll see if that name sticks. So basically, we're gonna look more at our favorite witch from not favorite, second favorite, I guess, from WandaVision. So besides Catherine Hahn appearing as Agatha, aka Agnes, I noticed on the list of cast that there's a lot of repeat people from WandaVision. So the townsfolk will be making their reappearance in this. So we will see. But all it says is it will reveal more about the character. It's like, okay, thanks for the vague description. Yeah.
Thank you, Disney.
Yeah, thanks. And lastly, we got Daredevil, Born Again, which is due for spring 2024, season 1. Now, this is very interesting to me because all of these other shows, when they list the episodes, they're like 6, 8, whatever. This one said 18. 18. Now, it could have been a mistype. I don't know, but I hope that Wikipedia fandom page was right, please. It said 18 episodes.
Oof.
18. And I was just like, what? And then on the interview, that the
that's
podcast
what a TV show should be.
Well, but that's not, and
In
nobody
my
does
opinion.
that. Everyone does like more like mini movie type things.
I'm kind of over the 24 episode season of the 90s and 2000s. That's me.
It depends on the show, I guess.
Because I mean, there's got to be. I just can't deal with filler episodes anymore.
I was gonna say there is a quality versus quantity idea to this, and there are, to be fair, yes, there are a lot of nonsense filler episodes, and
that's why too many shows have suffered because of that.
So this is where I'm different because I love filler episodes because it gives me more randomness of within the universe and creates more content for me. I like that. This is why I enjoy the Disney Channel TV shows because there's a zillion filler episodes within them.
That's true.
It's really, honestly, if you look at Disney Channel TV shows, they can be whittled down to like 3 episodes to get the point across.
Probably.
In the new ones, not the old ones. But I love more episodes because it means that they're pulling apart everything. They're exploring the characters more. I love the
I don't know if this will be up your alley, just because in Kevin Feige's interview, he did say a lot of these shows we do the 6, 8 episodes, whatever, and it's like an overarching story that we're building on. He said that in Daredevil, they're experimenting. So each episode is going to kind of be like its own standalone. So you wouldn't really need there's not going to be an overarching theme necessarily for this season. Lost Ashley now.
No, there still has to be a ton of character development that they're going to be doing with him because a lot of our TV shows that we watch are standalone episodes that can just be plucked out. Like NCIS is literally my favorite TV show of all time, and almost a good 75% of those episodes are literally one-time episodes and doesn't always have an overarching thing. It honestly is when it gets overarching sometimes, when they're too focused on those overarching, is when you lose me.
Interesting.
I'm usually good within the first season because there's some conflict, but it's not like so much where I'm just wanting to follow, like there's just too much.
Yeah.
Like what's an example? Some of the shows back in the day, like the girly shows like Pretty Little Liars and Gossip Girl and those, I can enjoy the first season, maybe the second one, and then the drama level goes so far up that I'm like, I'm done. Because it's like this overarching drama that just needs to stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that because I remember being that age, like in the 2000s when, I was watching shows like Smallville and One Tree Hill and, those different shows where it's like some of them were.
Hill too.
It started good and then it got weird, but whatever.
It did.
No, I did not finish that. Yeah.
No, same. But the first season was very good for that reason. Like they actually took their time to kind of sort of flesh out the characters. But I don't know, like at the time I really didn't understand like ongoing story arcs. At the time I just wanted standalone episodes. But then now as an adult, I'm looking back at it like there's probably a lot of really good story I missed out on because there was so much previously on One Tree Hill. Here's everything you have to get caught up with. Previously on Smallville, here's everything you get caught up with. So now it's like it's more condensed in such a way to where we don't need to watch 13 episodes to understand this one because there's not as many of them. But I don't know. You actually really made a really good point though. Like the idea of being able to spend more time with those characters, even though there's no overarching story. Like, I don't know. You kind of got me thinking on that now.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I think I also look at it as a book thing because because we're doing Harry Potter here in a minute. Each book is literally a standalone, is in essence a standalone book where you don't need until about the 5th, 6th, 7th. You don't really need to read the other ones to understand the struggles because, well, she redoes it. She pretty much tells you the beginning of the story.
She does, yeah.
First chapter. I don't know. It's just, I would rather have standalone episodes where you're not so focused on one overarching thing that you have like 10 episodes you got to all watch at once. I don't know.
Well, it also
went with these new series because with Hawkeye, you can't watch the last episode without watching the first episode. Whereas in NCIS, I can pull up almost any episode and it's fine.
And it also gives you a deeper look into what that world actually looks like. I'm thinking back to Firefly, and like Firefly was one of the first shows of that time to do that level of storytelling in sci-fi, but it still had filler episodes. Like there were a few of them that at the time people were like, oh, this episode doesn't really matter, it's not that great. But then now I go back and watch them and it's like, no, these actually are very special episodes because they're standalone, because it doesn't have to focus on River's story or the Alliance. It just shows what this world looks like on a day-to-day basis.
That's true.
And it makes you realize it makes it feel bigger in a way.
Like the first one that came to my mind when you said Firefly, Jan's episode. You don't need to know about Jan's episode and the fact that a whole community loves him because he accidentally dropped the money that he was stealing. But we have it and it's great. So I agree with everything you just said. And IMDb has Daredevil as 18 episodes as well.
Okay.
So they probably are doing
Seems accurate then.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But it is an experiment, is how he.
Hey, you know what? Experiment away. Go for it.
I mean, they have enough following. They have room to experiment.
Especially
if you're not
with Daredevil.
Experimenting, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying.
Anything is going to be better than, no offense, Ben Affleck, but anything is going to be better than the Ben Affleck Daredevil.
I didn't see it. I wouldn't know.
I
saw
I heard
it came out because my brother wanted to, because it was a superhero movie, so we went and saw it as a family.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a kid, it was fun, like because it was a superhero movie. But now I'm just like, oh, that was not that great. Elektra wasn't the greatest either. The funny thing is, I loved Elektra when that movie came out when I was a kid, and now I look at it, I'm like, oh, it could have been done better.
The only one of those movies that actually holds up from that era is The Punisher. Because those three kind of came out, the Daredevil, Elektra, and the Punisher all kind of came around at the same time. Thomas Jane as the Punisher, still one of the best, in my opinion.
That was a good movie.
That's fair. Yeah.
I just watched it a couple months ago, but I have seen it.
Well, I mean,
Punisher is Brett's favorite character.
It was filmed in the town I grew up in, so it's like,
that's cool.
It was filmed in Tampa.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that when I was
literally,
watching
I can watch that movie and see almost every single scene. Like, yep, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. I know where that is. I know where that is. I know where.
Was any of it filmed? Were they filmed? Was there a scene in Ybor City in that movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe his the warehouse where he stayed in, that was Ybor.
Yes, I remember seeing something like it said. I remember Ybor in like the thing. I'm like, oh, I know that place. I've been there once.
Yep.
Scary, but I was there.
Yeah, and most of the city scenes were filmed in downtown Tampa. Which is currently, I don't know if it was called this back then, but it's now it's called Curtis Dixon Park, and you can see a lot of the Tampa or some of the Tampa skyscrapers like in the background.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
a big there's a big round one called the
vaguely
Sykes
remember
building.
where that is.
Yeah, there's a big round building called the Sykes building. We call it the beer can building, and it's in the movie. Yeah,
I remember hearing about that building. I don't remember if I saw it or not.
Yeah, and there's also and the museum that they blow up at the end. I walk by that all the time. I know exactly where that is.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So it's just that's one of those things I get kind of giddy about. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
This area.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
And it makes me feel like the Punisher whenever I'm walking through downtown Tampa. So
there you go. Yeah. Just cosplay your own version of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Love Thomas Jane, love the Punisher, love everything about that movie I love.
Speaking of Tampa, this is off topic, but I'm going to ask anyways. Have you written any more of your novel?
Which one? Because I've got two.
The one you sent me, the one that you based characters off of our little joke from.
Oh, the Mafia one. No, I haven't. I kind of took a break from that one to focus on another one.
Okay.
But I don't know if I mentioned this, but they are in the same universe.
Okay, I'm torn because I kind of want you to send what you're working on so I can read it.
Yeah.
But then if you go back and forth, it's just going to make me sad because I have to wait.
Well, I mean, they're not none of the Mafia characters. None of the Mafia characters show up.
Oh, I know.
What I will say, I would say that it's kind of like New York is a real town, but Hell's Kitchen is specifically to Daredevil, unless that's actually a real place in New York. I don't know.
Hell's Kitchen.
I believe it is.
Okay,
Yes.
Better example. Yeah. It's kind of like Maine, the state Maine exists, but Castle Rock is fictional. Like Stephen King, Castle Rock, that is fictional. So for me, Tampa is a real place, but the world that I'm writing about is fictional.
Right.
Yeah.
So parts of Tampa show up, but then also the fictional world is,
Right.
That's.
I'll just have to reread what you sent me to get my fix.
Yeah.
Because I really did. I was like really hooked in, and then you told me you stopped. I'm like,
yeah, I can't remember. I think I just got dealing with other stuff, so I'll have to get back.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, which I haven't written some of my other stuff lately. I've been rearranging my fantasy novel because I got to a stuck point. I hate it as a writer when I get to a stuck point and I realize that I've literally written myself into a hole and there's no way out of it. And I made myself a part of like one of the most used tropes that I just don't want to deal with. So I'm literally redoing the whole thing. I'm like, I don't want to be part of this trope.
My other novel, The Red Castle, that's the one I'm working on now. I've had to do that completely because everything I wrote about it, I dislike. So I'm literally going through like page by page and just rewriting it. So.
Oh man.
Yep. I got out a notebook. I'm like, okay, I'm re-outlining this. I'm starting from page 1. I think the only thing I kept was my prologue.
It's just so freaking it never ends.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and like... I still have like a good 3/4 of a Disney novel that I started.
Okay.
That I haven't even gone back to. And there's just so much. There's so much going on in life. I wish I could just be like, that was my job. I just need to finish a book to get a deal so that way I can just use that as my job for life.
True.
Always fun.
True.
That'll be a while.
Yeah.
If it ever happens. But we got off topic again.
We did.
Well, but we were mostly done.
I think it was the last TV show, right?
Yeah. That was the last TV
Oh
show.
yeah, nice.
It was.
That's all I got.
So yeah, next week we are starting Star Wars. We are not doing the whole summer. We are doing 2 months because there's still a lot that we're trying to catch up on from like the old days.
Yeah.
We should be caught up on all the old stuff after this 2-month series. We are doing, but we're doing a deep dive into George Lucas. We're also doing a deep dive into John Williams because those are our 2 favorite people that kind of created this world. George, of course, for the story, John, the music. And then we're going into vintage. We're going into the vintage Ewok stuff. We're going into, we're going to try to do the holiday special. Disney took that down. There's just some vintage stuff we're going to watch. And then I should have kept up the
Andor, Tales of Jedi.
Oh yeah, then we're going to go into some current stuff like Andor. and The Mandalorian when it's completed. Tales of a Jedi, which is a TV. Actually, is that even out? Yeah, that's out.
Yeah, didn't they release that in January?
They did. So, holiday special, vintage Ewoks, vintage droids, and/or Tales of the Jedi and Mandalorian. There is a 5th week in May that we just and we'll be doing, of course, our
wrap up.
Anniversary.
Check-in.
Our anniversary.
Yeah, anniversary, not wrap up. Yeah, there we go.
Not wrap up. Our anniversary
Whatever.
episode in May. But I'll be in Disney during May, so that'll be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. It will be fun. And then we're going into Harry Potter. Yeah. I can't believe we're already here. Like, how is it already mid-March? And yeah, it's gone really fast.
Yeah.
Time is weird. It tends to go.
It really, really does.
Honestly.
Really does. Well, Pixie Dusters, we will see you next week for our George Lucas history episode.
Yep.
I hope you have a great rest of March, and we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Twins, Sammi and Ashley. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the Limitless Podcast Network's own channel, Instagram, and all things social media. And we'll see you all real soon.